My name is Farah. I live in Council Bluffs, Iowa, smack in the Midwest, but I'm anything but a small town girl. I have big, big dreams, and I plan on making them happen. I'm a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School, and I am a cheerleader. I'm always busy juggling work and school and cheer. The only problem is I wreck my car, so I rely on my mom and dad and my sister to drive me around. Since I am a cheerleader, I have to stay in shape. But that's not a problem because I love working out. And even though I'm a size 2 right now, I won't be for long because I'm pregnant. Today I'm going to share with you three different personal and diverse stories of teen pregnancy and hope that you guys will just take hold of what's going on in the youth of today. No! No! 2 strong male nurses held her firmly down while the doctor sedated her. Yes, the same quiet and intelligent Rosina Roberts. The shock of hearing that she was pregnant with a dead man's baby caused her to lose her sanity. 6 months ago, Rosina adored herself in the mirror, ready and looking beautiful to attend her boyfriend James' party. Her rosy red cheeks and dimples made her even more beautiful. The party was great fun, completely drug and alcohol-free. Rosina even offered to stay and help after the party. But who would think that such a good action would change a life? At midnight, everyone left Rosina and James alone, in tears of laughter. After cleaning up, James asked Rosina if she'd like to jump in bed with him. She plainly refused to have underage sex and said that she needed to go home. And due to stubbornness and resistance, her loving boyfriend James raped her. After he was satisfied, he then committed suicide. The reason is unknown, but on that night, before Rosina's eyes, he grabbed a knife and he slit his wrists. Rosina burst into a frightful fit and was rescued hours later by a boy named Jonathan, who had left his wallet at the party. He rushed her to the closest private hospital, where she was put under complete doctor observation. I'm Caitlin, and I'm 16, and I'm from Algonac, Michigan, a small town where, in the winter, there's nothing to do around here, unless you like ice fishing. And that's my boyfriend, Tyler. We've been together since the 7th grade. But my family situation is totally chaotic. I lived in 13 different homes since I was born. I hate moving. My mom, she's really moody and very unpredictable. I never really know if she'll be there for me. But Tyler's life has been hard too. His dad, Butch, has been in and out of prison for most of his life. Me and Tyler are used to surprises, but nothing could have shocked us more than when our parents fell in love and got married. So technically, we're step-siblings. But we say they're the weird ones because we were dating first. Even though everyone seems to get along, everything's about to get a whole lot crazier around here. Because I'm pregnant. I love you. I remember uttering those words for the first time to the guy that I was with. I was 15, I was in love. I had an after-school job and not a care in the world. I was also sexually active. I had been since a freshman in high school. I vividly recall that first guy that I slept with. Tall, strapping, popular with the ladies, and for some reason, he liked me. Or so I thought. He even told me, if you get pregnant, you're going to have to deal with it. Still, I looked at him starry-eyed and didn't utter a single word. 6 months of depression and a goal to regain her honor vanished as her 6-month pregnancy hit her ears. Not even therapy could help change the situation, for abortion was illegal and it was too late. Now there she sat motionless, staring at the blank ceiling as her arms were strapped to the bed. A bed was booked at a mental asylum where she would be treated to help bring her back to sanity. 3 months later, Rosina gave birth to a baby girl. Unfortunately, due to the complications in the birth, the 15-year-old passed away. Giving birth, it's only the beginning. What did you do when you guys found out you were pregnant? She cried. I did. I cried for a second. You cried too, Tyler. Come on. Yeah, I cried. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. It's like there's something growing in me. Tyler and I are still juniors. We're not sure we're ready to be parents, so we're thinking about adoption. We thought about keeping it, but there's not a whole lot of good things that come out of keeping it. There's scary things about adoption, but there's even scarier things about parenting. Didn't you guys use a condom? Yeah, but I used one that was washed in the washing machine. And now you guys are pregnant. Yeah, and here's my life now. Should we keep it? We don't have jobs. We don't have stable households. We're not even graduated. I know. Like, who would watch her if I went to school? We decided we're not ready to raise a child, but are we ready to give one away? I hated the way I looked. I lived in a home with 8 other people, and the idea that this tall, good-looking guy wanted me instead of the other girls, that was worth anything. I equated his touch with specialness, his kisses with love, and when I was with him, all the loathing that I had felt about my appearance and the sadness I felt at home disappeared. I wasn't just one of those other girls. After all, he said he loved me. And he wouldn't have sex with me if he didn't, right? Well, I did have to deal with it because I became pregnant by that guy. And family pressures led me to have an abortion. Lesson learned right then and there, right? Guess again. Lessons still not learned. Here I was once more. Kisses, touching words of love. One day, I don't get my period. I think, no big deal. I'm just late. I'm really physically active, so I'm just late. One day led to 2, led to a week, led to 2 weeks, led to 3 weeks. I'd officially known my boyfriend for only 9 weeks. Do I tell him? Do I go to the doctor? What if my family finds out? I finally break down and ask a friend to go with me to the drugstore, too terrified to ask my grandparents for help. I lived in a house where you weren't asked and you weren't told. After all, they were raised that way, so why not raise us that way too? We went to Eckerd's under the guise of buying a pair of pantyhose, and with great embarrassment, I went to the pharmacist and asked for a test. I ran home with that sacred box underneath my shirt, and I locked myself in that bathroom. Those 3 minutes were the longest, most painfully anxious moments in my young life. I couldn't bear it to look at first, but then I turned my head and I saw that big, bright, pink X staring right at me in the face. At first, I was disbelieving. I think I sat in that bathroom for over an hour, just staring at that bright pink X. My heart was in my throat, my pulse was racing, and my stomach was doing flip-flops. Instinctively, my hand went down to my belly, and I removed my top and stared at my flat stomach, trying to fathom it getting round and big. Every hour in this country alone, 1 out of every 100 women who finds out she is pregnant is under the age of 17. Every year, around 750,000 teenagers will get pregnant. The United States has the highest teen pregnancy rate in the industrialized world. Educating teenagers about contraception makes them more likely to use contraception when they first begin having sex, but it doesn't lower the age at first intercourse. Why? Probably because the decision where and with whom to become sexually active with is a very complicated one, and may be rooted in family, peers, religion, the media, and individual personality factors. Who would have thought that one decision could change the rest of my life?